Starting in Abu Dhabi, today I will show you around The Residence, a 3-room private suite on board the Etihad A380. I'll show you the full experience, starting from the exclusive residence lounge, the enclosed bedroom with private shower suite, the spacious living room, the size of a small apartment, and of course the first-class dining experience. I will also show you how I booked the residence for a fraction of the price you would normally pay. So sit back, relax, and join us as we travel from Abu Dhabi to London. The A380 is back, and today we are flying the world's best first-class seat. After an absence of more than 3 years, Etihad has just relaunched their A380 operations between Abu Dhabi and London. Guests in the residence check in via the dedicated first-class entrance at Abu Dhabi International Airport. In the near future, we will see a brand new terminal open, but for now, this will do nicely. As the residence is a step above first class, we get a private escort to the lounge, and from the lounge to the plane. Good morning and welcome to the Residence Lounge here in Abu Dhabi. Today you're joining us on the Etihad A380. It's back. We're flying the Residence, and my brother Sammy behind the camera is flying first class. So we've got the whole first section of the plane booked out. Let's go check out this lounge and enjoy Etihad The Residence. The Residence Lounge is essentially a glamorous living room with an ensuite toilet and bathroom connected to the Etihad First Class Lounge. Guests are looked after by a private butler with food and beverage options the same as what you'd find in the First Class Lounge. This is one of the better lounge experiences out there, with an a la carte dining, cigar room, spa, fitness center, and a kids play area as well. The residence guests can board at their leisure, and after some crêpe Suzette and Arabic coffee in the lounge, our personal escort is back to walk us to the plane, which is parked up at the nearby gate. As we make our way through the busy departure lounge and into the tranquility of the first class cabin, this is a world of difference from the stressful travel experience most will need to endure. Our cabin isn't just a single seat, this is a 3-room suite taking up an unmatched amount of space on board the A380. As we taxi to our takeoff position, we get to enjoy a view over Abu Dhabi Airport, where the majority of the Etihad fleet consists of Boeing 787s and some A350s. It's also a reminder of how large the A380 is, as we look down on the seemingly tiny Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Right then, now that we're off the ground, let's take a proper look around the residence cabin. Our first stop will be the living/dining room, which sports a very spacious recliner couch for 2 people. The seat is upholstered in leather by luxurious Italian furniture maker Poltrona Frau. There is of course a modestly sized 32-inch TV screen, which does have the capability to launch 2 movies at the same time. The seating setup in the residence is mirrored, so both seats have an identical fold-out table for dining or work, as well as a noise-cancelling headphones and a remote to control the TV. On today's flight, we've booked both first class and the residence, as you can see. So my brother Samuel is flying first class, so we're going to do a comparison, see what first class is like versus the residence in terms of space. So let's check out the first class seat here. So in first class, we have quite a large seat as well. Obviously the divider comes down there. This one is the aisle seat. Some of them have a staggered window seat. I actually prefer those, but in this flight we're on the aisle seat. And then this section, when you're traveling with 2 people, can come down so you can have a double bed in the sky, although there is a divider in between both beds. So in terms of space, first class is huge, but of course the residence is bigger. As we've already sampled some pancakes in the lounge, we opt to postpone our onboard dining experience until we caught up on some sleep. But of course not before enjoying a delicious lobster roll from the lounge grill menu. Etihad First Class and the residence guests share the same menu and can dine on demand when it suits them. Let me introduce you to the Etihad First Class Pyjamas set. We have a full black set here with a cape included. Very comfortable, very lightweight, very cooling. And of course we have a hoodie think it's time for a little nap here on the residence. Let's go check out the bedroom and get settled in for a little bit of sleep. Now onto the bedroom. This is without a doubt the piece de resistance. Honestly, fantastic bed. I think it's more like a single bed. Definitely not suitable for two people, but for one person, this is incredible. I mean, if you think about real estate in this plane, I'm probably taking up the space of 20 economy seats in this residence first class cabin, so it's pretty extraordinary and super comfortable. I'll catch you when I wake up and we'll check out the shower and we will dip in for some lunch. This is gonna be me for a while. Moving down the hall, we enter the private bathroom and shower. Of course, as part of the residence experience, we do have our own private bathroom, private shower, fully stocked with a bathrobe as well. So we get a toilet here, sink, all the Acqua di Parma amenities you might wish for, and of course the shower here in the back with 10 minutes of shower time, which is 5 minutes more than first class passengers get, so very nice little bonus. But let's have a quick shower before we land into London. We're about 1 hour away from touching down. Now let's look at the fun stuff. And with that, I'm talking champagne. On today's flight, we're getting to sample the Duval Leroy Femme de Champagne Grand Cru from 2002 vintage. An excellent drop, however, I soon found out that we had ran out of champagne. Yes, that's right, Etihad only stocks one bottle of vintage champagne for the entire first class cabin, including the residents. Considering people pay thousands of dollars to be enjoying this experience, I would expect a slightly less stingy allocation. For lunch, I opt for the signature caviar service, which comes with all the trimmings you might expect. A welcome surprise is the addition of smoked salmon. Of course, the presentation is outstanding as well. In my humble opinion, Etihad does some of the best first class food, period. For my second appetizer, I decided to try the burrata salad with fresh heirloom tomatoes, basil and aged balsamic vinegar. Truly delicious. Since my brother has his own first class seat, the crew did allow him to join me in the residence for lunch. They did say that this wasn't normally allowed, which seems bizarre to me as both the resident and first class guests get exactly the same food and beverage options. The only difference I noticed was that the residence passengers get a fancy crystal glass for their champagne. But I digress. For the mains, I ordered the Atlantic salmon, which was accompanied by potatoes, asparagus, beetroot and a salsa verde. My brother chose a lamb shank with aromatic mint, yogurt and dacous sauce. For dessert, we couldn't go past the self-destructing chocolate ball, which was divine. Now let's get to the good part. How did I book this ticket? How much did I pay? Did I book it on points? Well, here's the answer. The residence, at the moment, you cannot book on points. So if you have a points booking, you can't upgrade even if you're paying. However, you can upgrade if you have a paid first class ticket. So back in December 2022, I found a very cheap fare from Bangkok to Abu Dhabi, connecting on to London, in a mix of business and first class for 2,900 Australian dollars. It's not very cheap, but it's also not very expensive for a first and business class mix. And then when they announced that the residence would be as a premium upgrade package, it was bookable for 3,700 Australian dollars. So all in all, I paid around $6,600 Australian, that is, for the whole ticket one way. Now, it's a lot of money, but it's still quite reasonable considering that we are traveling in the residence, first class. I mean, if you look at it from a pricing perspective, if you were to book this ticket out of Abu Dhabi, you would be paying 3 times as much. So, of course, we only paid a fraction of the cost. Anyway, that's how you can book it. The only way to book it is to go for the upgrade function when you manage your booking online. So you need to have a first class paid ticket in cash. Then you go manage your booking, and then you can upgrade your flight to the residence if it's still available. There's capacity for 2 people in here, but it doesn't make sense. So now here's the catch. If you're traveling with 2 passengers like we are today, my brother Sammy is booked on a redemption first class ticket. I used 78,000 Velocity frequent flyer points to book him a first class seat from Abu Dhabi to London. While technically the price of the residence is for 2 people, when you do book a second guest into the residence, they are required to have a seat in first class to start with. However, when they are booked into the residence as a second guest, they then lose that first class seat. So it's much smarter to keep the second first class seat, which then allows you to utilize both spaces.
Since we still have access to our very nice first class suite as well, let's have a look at the amenity kit and the stuff that it includes. So the amenity kits are by Aqua di Parma, very nice. Let's take off this strap here. So we have a faux leather engraved kit here. Opens it like such. And we will have inside some moisturizer, some eau de cologne, very nice, lip balm, sanitizer, hand gel. We have essentially a toothbrush, a few sanitizing wipes, and some socks and an eye mask that I store in here. So a very nice kit overall. I do like these ones, you can use them afterwards for toiletries. So excellent amenity kits in first class here. About to land into London, just had our shower as well. This pretty much concludes our flight of the Etihad Residence on board the A380. It's the most private first class experience you can have on board a commercial airliner. I never thought I'd be able to experience this, but here we are, the A380 is back. If you want to try the Residence, highly recommend it. It's very fun to experience this kind of lavish luxury at a discounted price point. So yeah, I think it's pretty fun. Anyway, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.